All right. Everybody's waking up to gains today. Everybody's waking up to gains today. Inside of the Nordic Alpha VIP trading room, we took an absolutely massive friggin' win on Bitcoin. Literally called it all out yesterday live. Did it on stream. I even called it out live on stream. I've been talking about this thing for weeks, okay? So if you didn't make money off of that trade, it's because you didn't take the trade, man. It's because you didn't take the trade. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you if you did not make money off of this move, okay? So let's talk about it. Basically what happened, Bitcoin came up to almost $14,000, right? Took a massive beating to the downside, right? We've been calling this out, this exact level for weeks. We've been calling this level out. We had this set up in advance inside of the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room. This is exactly how I took $2,000 in profits over freaking night, man. Overnight, took $2,000 profit. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Let's talk about it, right? Show you exactly how you can do this stuff too. There's two ways you can do it. One, learn how to do it, right? Learn how to do it yourself. Or two, just get right in here. Get right in here. Bang. Here's what I'm seeing. Potential trades in the video, right? Bitcoin making its move to the upside. Literally called this out yesterday, smoking a cigar. Said, look, we're right up here. We can start thinking about shorts, right? But check this out. There's also a nice little itty bitty bear flag that could be breaking down now, right? And then you obviously had your overarching, this bad boy right here. Let's see. Where's that? In any case, we're talking about this bad boy right here that we've been talking about for weeks. We're not going to scroll through and find all this crap in the video. Let's go to the daily chart. I'll show you exactly what we're talking about. This is exactly what we were talking about yesterday too, right? Exactly what we were talking about yesterday too. We said, hey, we come back up, we bearishly backtest this thing, which we absolutely did. Bang, bang, right? We came up into an order block. If you don't know what an order block is, get into the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room and you will get free trainings on exactly what an order block is. But I will show you what the order block was. Bang, right there. As soon as we came into the order block, as you can see right there, we wicked right into it, hit 114. Boom, perfect bearish back test of the rising wedge pattern. Entered a massive short here, rejected from the 50 moving average, and then boom, blasted right down to the 200 moving average, caught a little bounce. We'll see what happens here, but I think we're going to lose this 200 moving average, start moving downwards, okay? You can argue that there is a bear flag here as well, okay? And I think I already have that bear flag up. We can show you. Bang, right there. Look at that bear flag, right? Does that look like a bear flag to you? Yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does. Bang, 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 bear flag. You get the breakdown, boom, you're moving downwards, right? You're looking to take out these lows at $101,000. This is where it gets real nasty for Bitcoin, potentially, right? This is where it gets real nasty for Bitcoin. So that's what I want to talk about, right? Where do we go from here if we lose that level? I think everybody knows, man. I think everybody knows what the pit stops are going to be, right? So let's zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out, right? Let's just do this. Boom. As you can see, here's your rising wedge. You've literally been in this rising wedge since December of 2024. It's almost a year in the making, okay? This thing is almost a year in the friggin' making. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to change the title on this video. Crypto crash. Live, BTC, gold, silver, S&P analysis. Boom. Okay, let's go ahead and change that. Let's go to, I don't think we can change it on Twitter, is my guess. I'm almost guaranteeing I can't change it on Twitter because we have way less viewers than we normally do. Let's see if we can edit the post. Heads up. Yes, we can. Boom. There we go. Okay. I think that people aren't understanding that this is a live stream doing technical analysis on Bitcoin and crypto, which is what we do on this channel. So, you know, now we've changed that. Everybody can know exactly what it is. And look at that. Our viewers have already gone up literally within 30 seconds of changing that. Okay, let's get into it. So we got our rejection up here. There was an order block up here, right here. This was the order block. You tapped into it. We shorted. And this is where you can see Bitcoin going, right? This is where you can see Bitcoin going. We have a long-term uptrend line. If you're wondering what that uptrend line comes from, it's right here, right? I'll show you. Let me get these lows, boom. And let's make this thing move up just a little bit. Why is this thing in my way? Bang, baby, bang. So you could be coming down here to about $95,000. This is an uptrend that we've been in since October of 2023. Literally 2-year uptrend. If we break that level, dude, you could be coming down here to $75,000 again. Okay? At the very least, $75,000. Why do I say $75,000? Well, I'll show you. Let me get my little handy dandy line tool out, right? So look at this horizontal ray. Here's your previous all-time high. Boom. Where did you bounce from on support? That line almost exactly to the dime, okay? That previous all-time high, okay? So let's get that off of the chart. That is where your target would be if you broke down from here. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all bears and, I don't know, wares, whatever, right? I'm a horrible streamer. But my TA is on point, and that's why I have an 88% win rate as it sits right now. I don't think really people care about the quality of my streams. I think they care about the quality of my trades. So let's call it what it is. You lose this line right here, and then you don't regain it like almost immediately, and you bearishly backtest this thing. This is where you're coming. Right there, baby. Right there, baby. You could get a pit stop. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that there's not pit stops on the way, but what I am saying is there is an absolute metric ton of liquidity from about right here at about 100,500 bucks all the way down to $75,000. Now, if you lose that, you have all of this liquidity as well that could bring you down to about 50 grand. Okay. So here's your range, 50,000 to about 60,000, $65,000. Now, I'm not saying we're going to 50 grand, man. I'm just saying if you lose this level, next likely place to go is going to be right here. Show you right here. $87,000 first and foremost. And then it's 75K if you lose that. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing inside of the markets right now. Those are your targets. Okay. Now, if you get, I don't know if we'll ever get another back test of this, right? But if you get a back test of this, you have to enter shorts again. Okay. And here's the thing. This is what I teach a lot of people, and this is what I preach to a lot of people, okay? And if you want to make $2,000 over frigging night like we did inside of the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room, get in there because it is the least expensive it will ever frigging be. It is less than $1 a day. You could buy espresso for more expensive than it costs to be in the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room. Dude, it is not expensive at all. At all. You get in here. I give you the analysis every single day. I give you the metals analysis every single day. I give you the equity analysis every single day. I give you an entire channel of VIP trainings, 26 videos, almost like a mini course that no one's going to give you, right? Nobody gives you that stuff for free. We give it to you inside of the private VIP trading room. You've got scalps, swing trades, altcoins, scalps and swings, ES and NQ, S&P and NASDAQ, scalps and swings, stocks, metals, everything, Forex, all of it, man. Every single day and every single week, we are in there and we are taking gains like this, okay? I did this with $1,000. Notice the percentage, right? 200% gain. I made $2,000. What's 200%? What's $2,000 200% of? $1,000. We took $1,000. It does not take a lot of money to make money in these markets. And guess what? If you would have taken this exact trade the exact way that I did, you would have paid for 7 years of literally being in the Nordic Alpha VIP trading room in one trade. That would have paid for 7 years worth of a membership, dude. That's crazy. If you can't make $30 off of it, then it's because you're not taking any trades. So anyways, here's my point. This is something that I teach inside of my blueprint training, inside of my foundation training, even inside of my TA, inside of the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room that you can get into just by clicking the first link in the description. The more you bang on a level like this, the 200 moving average, and this is a key level. I don't care what anybody says, right? Everybody knows the 200 moving average, and if you don't know, you're about to know. The 200 moving average is like the last line in the sand before you dump out on any chart, right? And this is on the one-day chart. This green line is the 200 moving average. We banged on it here. We blasted up. We banged on it here. We blasted up. We banged on it here. We have not blasted up. The probabilities are telling me that we are going to get under this and move down. You have one time you hit it, two times you hit it, you got under it. Then you have three times you hit it, four times you hit it, fifth time you hit it, right? The more you bang on a level, it's like the more times that you bang, you kick a door, you're going to lose integrity on the strength of that door frame, right? This is the door frame, the 200 moving average. It is the proverbial door frame to lower lows, to an absolutely parabolic potential move downwards to the $97,000 range. Then if you lose 97 to 95, a move down to the 80K range, way, way, way down here, right? $85,000, $88,000. And then guess what? It takes you even further than that to 75. Those are the gateways. Those are the gateways. And the more that you bang on these levels, the less likely they are to hold up. We've hit it 5 times in the past week, man. That is not good. You want to see big bounces, right? You want to see big bounces. Like, okay, let's give you an example. We're going to have to go pretty far back for this because it's been a while since we've been under the 200. Okay, here's a good example. You lost the 200, you came up, you tried to get it, Look how many times you banged on it here, right? Bunch of times, bang, 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 and then you lost it, right? But then you regained it, and then guess what happened? Bang, you banged on it, banged on it, banged on it. Then you got under it, back tested it as resistance, and then look what happened. A precipitous fall. You back tested it as resistance again. A precipitous fall, right? All the way down here. I mean, look at the move on that. Even if you entered here on the second back test, look at the friggin' move on this by the time you regained it and then back tested it as support, right? 59% move down. Dude, I cannot tell you and stress to you enough the importance of this 200 moving average and holding it up. I'm not saying we're going to move down 59% because God, if we did, it's not, we can't even get that far down. $45,000 is where we would move. $45,000. Now, are we going to get there? I don't think so. Okay. But what I'm saying is we definitely could come to 75,000. We definitely could come to 88,000, and we would 100% most certainly almost guaranteed come down to about $95,500. What's one of the things that could get us down there, Drew? Well, I'll show you. So we have this nice little kind of like bear, flag. Okay. Let's get this order block off of here. As you can see, we rejected from that order block anyways. We're breaking down from that bear flag, and we're breaking down from a 15 and a 30-minute order block right here, right? So I'll show you that 15 and 30-minute order block right here. Here's the 30-minute, right? That's the order block right there. Bang, bang, bang. We've rejected from it. If we reject from it again, probably going to fall, right? You can enter all the way up here to about 110.6 or so. But once you start getting above 110.6, it kind of like nullifies this bear flag is my point, right? Especially if you get back up into this zone right here in the 113 to 114 range. That's kind of what's going to save Bitcoin. If you want to know what saves Bitcoin, it's $114,000. You regain that level, you start pumping up, get right back into this bad boy right here, which is the rising wedge, right? You get up here, bang, you start longing, boom, you come up here to about, what's that? $126,000, just a nice little new all-time high. No big deal. So anyways, here's my point, right? Let's get this rising wedge off of here. This is my point. You're coming into a 30-minute order block. You're coming into a 15-minute order block as well, right? At the same exact place, right? And you've got a bear flag that's got a confirmed breakdown. No back test yet. We tried to back test it here. We fell a little bit and then we got right back up into it. Came up to the highs, bang, bang, right? Pretty self-explanatory there. But let's see what that bear flag could give us if we were to zoom out a little bit. If this bear flag breaks down, it gives us about $100,000 Bitcoin. Now, what is that? Why does that matter? Because at $100,000, you're breaking that prior swing low of that massive fall whenever Trump was tweeting about the tariffs, right? So if you get under that $100,000 range, now that's not to say that it's all over, right? You can also enter a long down here if you're SFPing this low, and then you can hit a nice little bounce, because 100K is also a pretty key psychological level. So that's what you would be targeting. You're targeting that on a short, right? Now, could you long down there? Could you long in the 101 to 100K range? Absolutely, you could, right? You got to see if the parameters hit. Are you getting an SFP? Are you getting a bullish divergence that's telling you to go up, right? And if you don't know what that stuff is, seriously, get into the private VIP trading room where I teach you all that stuff. You can go through all those trainings, and they're literally 3 to 5 minutes a piece. It's not that big of a deal, right? And you can get all my trades. Secondarily, if you get a bounce there, all you're looking to do is see, okay, from our low, right? This is where we come up and we say, okay, this is our high, right? Then this is going to be our ultimate low, right? Then what happened after that? Well, we're going to have to look for what our ultimate high was if we come down here and we set a new low, okay? Because in market structure, you look left, not right, okay? This is something that JP inside of the Discord, actually inside of the VIP trading room, that's what he teaches, right? He teaches really high level technical market structure, and he's a friggin' animal. Dude made like $500 this morning in like 2 hours, scalping, live, showed everybody. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Right here. 100, 200, 300, $400, and like showed you everything he was doing too. Bitcoin swings, Bitcoin scalps, all that stuff, man. Absolutely killing it. And that's one of the things that he teaches. Obviously, I teach market structure too, but he teaches a lot of it. That's what he uses a lot. So my point, you would then measure potentially, right, a Fibonacci from the ultimate high, which would be all the way up here, to that new low, and you would say, okay, we could get a retracement up here to, 109,775 or even 107, maybe even right here, right? And you would look to start entering, no, sorry about that. I got to get my tool. Where's my drawing tool? Right here. Start entering shorts to then target some even bigger lows. Now, if you come down here and you just keep dumping and you get under that 100K level and then you reject at 100K, you try to pump back up and you reject, you definitely have to start shorting there, okay? So like this is just overarching market structure perspective. What are we looking at? We're getting caught up right here in this stupid little range, man. And you might say, hey, Drew, this range looks very similar to this range right here. And you would be absolutely right. And what happened after that range? You pumped up, right? So let's see if we can get the pump back up to here. But if we don't, then we know where we're going and you have the targets. And the target ultimately is 100K first, 97 to 95. And then under that, you're breaking a 2-year long uptrend. Does anybody say, I think this dude is smoking crack? Tom Lee, I think, is smoking crack. 7K by the end of the year. I don't see it unless we get a flood. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm not saying he's like super duper smoking crack, like it can't happen, right? I'll show you what I'm seeing on the S&P. Right now, actually, we were calling this out. If we lose this level right here, this is bearish, bad news. If we lose 67.15 on the S&P, we're probably coming down here to, at the very least, take out these lows right here, right? First and foremost. Secondarily, and those lows are at about 65.50. Secondarily, I'm down to about 64.78. We'll see. This is where I'm a buyer on the S&P, 61.64. I don't know who Tom Lee is. I'm not familiar with his sauce, right? So I won't say. That he's absolutely and inherently wrong, because we do know that December, we have what is called the Santa rally. Could we get that Santa rally? Now, here's the things that I think that have to happen in order for the S&P to be able to go to 7K, right? First and foremost, you got to unshut down the government. You got to open it back up. Secondarily, you got to send out all that economic data that has been backlisted, right? From the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and the economic data, right? So we got to see what GDP comes in at. We got to see what CPI comes in at. We got to see what retail sales comes in at. We got to see what the labor market are telling us. Because if the labor market sucks, the S&P ain't going up. It's going to be gold, right? It's going to be gold. And that's why I have, 88% win rate on gold, because I like to trade gold, right? I don't necessarily do as much trading of the S&P, even though I do understand the fundamental and the technical analysis behind it. I can call it out all day. But to every 10 trades on gold, I might have one trade on the S&P, right? I look for more swings on the S&P, okay? Now, you got to bring out that economic data first and foremost. Secondarily, and this is to address this comment right here of Tom Lee saying that it could run up to 7K by the end of the year. He's absolutely right. I mean, the 786 is right here at 69.26. So the 0.786 trend fib is right here. But the likelihood of us going up here, whenever Netflix reported earnings that were terrible yesterday, we'll see what Tesla does, right? Tesla reports at the end of the day today. And then all the big tech companies start reporting earnings this week and next week. And if those don't come in really good, and I mean like NVIDIA, the semiconductors, all of the, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, all of those FANG, FAANG companies have to report really good earnings. Otherwise, there's no chance, no shot at us getting to 7K. There's more of a shot of gold going to 5K than 7K if we don't get that economic data to come out good. And secondarily, we don't get good earnings, because we won't see any more earnings until 2026 now, because they won't report Q4 until into 2026, right? So he must know something that I don't. He must have insider information that he knows NVIDIA is going to come out with ridiculously, redonkulously good earnings or something like that. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Does anybody have any TA in the comments section? Drop it. I've got 7 minutes left, anywhere from 7 to 17 minutes. I'll run it over another 10 minutes. Does anybody have any altcoins or anything that they want me to look at right now while we have kind of found out what could be the potential, on the S&P? I want to run you through gold really quick, because we could be finding a floor on gold, especially at this $4,000 level. And this is a level we've been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? And if you were in here, you know that we hit this long last week, right? We hit this nice little long last week. We made like 1.5% on it. Then we hit this long last week where we made like 4% plus on this. And then we hit this friggin' short where we absolutely just killed it. Where's our short? Where's our short, man? We hit the short. There's no way I don't have it on here. Long, long, long. Where's our short? Maybe it's in the Nordic Alpha folder. Give me 1 second. There it is. Dude, we've taken so many good trades on gold. We are absolutely just murdering it on gold. We're murdering it on Bitcoin. And, gold could be finding its nice little short-term bottom here, pending, again, any type of economic data that comes out. If you want this insight every single day, seriously, it is in the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room. Get in there. It is $29 a month right now. Eventually, it will be $100. It will be 3 times the price that it is right now, because I promise you, anybody that's mirroring my trades, they're making hundreds of dollars every time they do it, with like $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 account sizes. It doesn't take that much money, as you can see, to make a bunch of money off of the trades that I'm giving out. $1,000 made you $2,000. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So let's look at a couple of altcoins really quick, because we need to understand what else is happening inside of the market. Okay. Whoa. Why are there so many trades on here? Why are they all on here? Jeez, this is crazy, man. Where is my trades folder? Okay, cool. This is the one that's actually hitting, right? So you're maybe halfway to your profit target on this, maybe, right? Yeah. Your profit target's all the way down here at 2,500, but honestly, your profit target's more like 3,500. Okay, let's call it what it is, right? This is your real profit target. Now, you are trending up, okay? So you might want to watch what happens with Bitcoin here, right? In order to see if this actually happens, right? Because this is where we gave this out and this hit perfectly. You had essentially zero drawdown on this and you have a 14x risk to reward. Even if you bring it and you close your trade out right here, you had a 7x risk to reward on ETH. So what happens now, right? Well, if you can break this, right? This is a market structure shift up, and this is on the hourly chart. I think this is on the daily chart, actually. We need to see the market structure shift right here. Yeah, you need to see a market structure shift up. So what you need is a new high here. Then you come back down to test these lows. No swing failure pattern at this high. No bearish divergence. Value area high retest, okay? Right? And previous swing high as support. So you can enter anywhere from here to here. But again, you have the parameters. I'm not just telling you to enter because you hit this level. There's reasons to be in this trade, and I just listed them all out for you, okay? Let's look at Solana. Yeah, so Solana, we're still stuck in no man's land. We had two trades set up. We're in a bearish charting pattern right now. We've broken down from the wedge, right? And it hit its full profit target, if you think about it. Like, it really did. It came down here and it tagged it, okay? But what we're looking is for a 0.618 retrace right here, which is right around $219. And that's where you can start thinking about shorting again. Write it down to about 195 bucks. But if you lose this level, you would lose the 200 moving average right here with this green line on the daily chart. It's the 0.382 fib and it's at $172. If you lose this level, dude, this is superly bearish bad news for Solana. And you're probably coming down to about 130 bucks. First and foremost, that's your first stop, is about 130 right here. Secondarily, probably down to about 100 bucks to take out these lows, okay? So, I mean, this would be a massive, massive trade to the downside. But in order for you to get bullish on Solana, really what you have to do is you just got to take out this high, right? You just got to take out this high right here at 236 bucks, retest the 0.618, and then boom, you're blasting off. We can lock that trade in if you want to. That's a short. Sorry, I got to put a long. Okay, so what is today? 10/22. Okay, so 10. Long. Break. What is that? 235. 235. High. Retest. 0.618 fib. Bounce. 50 or 100 MA. Okay, that's what you really need to see on Solana. And then you're going to be looking to bring this up at least to these highs. You're going to set your stop loss extremely tight on this, right? And you got about a 4x risk to reward. Once you get up past the 0.786, that's where you can start thinking about getting up here and taking real profits up at about the $300 level at those highs, right? So let's look and see if there's anything else. I know everybody's going to want to see XRP. Yeah, I mean, we're bouncing from the 0.786 fib. We are getting caught up at the point of control right here, which is this yellow box right here. I mean, let's see what happens, man. We can't, like, you can't call it. You got to see. But one thing I will say is that you got to crack this low in order for it to be extremely bearish on XRP. So long as you come down here and you don't crack this low and you bounce from $2, which is the key psychological level, it is the floor price on XRP that has to hold right now. Secondarily, it is the value area low of this range, right? And if you can bounce here, man, you're bringing this thing back up all the way up here, right? Now, if you lose that, you got to short, and you're shorting it down probably to this prior kind of like high and consolidation area. And let's be real, there's an order block right here too. Bang, bang. from about $1.30 up to about $1.45. So I would like to see a move down to about $1.45. And that's where I would be looking to exit that position, potentially flip long, right? Secondarily, if you lose the 0.786 fib here, you got to start thinking about shorting down to 2.0 or $2 and $2.00, right? Or, you know, roughly about there, right? So here you go. This is your 0.786 fib. Boom, right there, right? And then secondarily, you lose the 0.618, you bearishly back test it. You got to start thinking about shorting to at least right here at about $2.28 to about $2 again. Okay, so with that being said, I have one absolute thing that two things I'm going to ask of people. Okay. One, if you're here on YouTube and you're not subscribed, seriously, hit the subscribe button, baby. And then boom, bang on the notification bell. Just like the video and share it and give me some comments in the comments section. Let me know you're here. Is anyone taking trades? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, no one ever is like, oh, I took that trade and I made a ridiculous amount of money. Like, am I the only one making money here? Because that's not the point of me streaming. I'm streaming to give you these levels. I'm streaming to get you into the Nordic Alpha VIP private trading room so that you can make a literal ton of money and piggyback off of my 88% win rate, live and documented, by the way, right? Go and fact check this. It is on my website, drewwolfer.com/win rate. Go and check it. It's got the link to every single time I called these out. Go and fact check me. The whole point of me streaming is to make you money, right? I'm making money. I don't make any money off of these streams. I make like 2 cents off of a stream, off of ad revenue. Who cares, right? I'm doing this so that I can bring people in and give them a skill set that they can make money off of, right? So if you're taking trades, man, drop it in the comment section. Come into the Nordic Alpha VIP trading room and drop your screenshots and your technical analysis and your trade recaps and your friggin' P&Ls in all of those channels, man. We want to all win together. Like, this isn't a zero-sum game. If I win, you win. If you win, I win. It's all good. Like, you're not stopping me from making money, and I'm not stopping you from making money. You take the exact same trade as I do and make money off of it. It's badass, man. That's why I do these streams. That's why I do what I do inside of the Nordic Alpha VIP trading room, because I want people to make money. That's the whole point. I'm not out here grifting. I'm legitimately trading, as you can see, right? If you come in, you know, you'll see, I mean, you see it every day on this, right? But everybody knows I'm trading, right? So, like, I don't know, man. Are you guys trading? Because if you're not, dude, take some trades. Take the trades, learn. And if you're just learning and you're like, hey, man, I'm just here to learn and then I'll start taking trades later, let me know, right? I just want to know, what's everybody doing, right? What's everybody doing? You taking the trades? You just learning the technical analysis? You know, like, what is stopping you from taking the trades too? What is stopping you from getting inside of the private VIP trading room where we have an 88% win rate and we're taking gains like $2,000 overnight on $1,000, $1,000 position? What is stopping you from getting in there? What's the barriers to entry? And let me take care of that for you. Let me answer those questions for you. So I hope to see everybody in the private VIP trading room. We've got a bunch of people here on Twitter. If you're here on Twitter, seriously, scroll up and hit the follow button for me, man, so that you are in the know every single time. Because I gave this trade out yesterday, and if you would have done the exact same trade as me, you'd have made $2,000. If you would have shorted $1,000 at the level that I told you to short at, you would have made $2,000. Period. At a 50x leverage trade. That's all I'm saying. And if you want to get into the private VIP trading room, I appreciate you all so much. I will see you all soon. Everybody have a wonderful day, and let's just keep making gains this week, baby.